Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Sequel here and welcome back to another video. So in this one we're going to start off by fighting Harley. And boy do I hate her. And the worst thing about her is that her description that says what the character does is lying to you. This is straight up lying to you. It doesn't say anywhere that she's crit immune, and it doesn't say anywhere that she retains her character passives. So the crit immunity, we're going to be able to kind of bypass that for the most part with the Dark Milk cards right now that are going to be on Raven, and we have the Firebucks at level 8 on Kinflant's Aquaman, and there's a lot of other things. She's got the passive where she will steal stats from you as you tag in, which sucks, obviously, especially from the damage dealer when she takes my fast actions away, my crit chance away. I guess the crit chance doesn't really matter, especially because we are sitting on the Dark Metal cards area for the most part. And also, she's got the passive, Harley's got the passive as far as I'm aware, that does something to Joker characters. I don't know exactly how it works, and honestly I'm too lazy to open the game at this point to check it out, but from experience I can tell you that if you use less of Joker here, even if with Raven, is going to deal absolutely no damage and there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, the first fight was a little bit uninspired choice of characters, because I could have done something else. Like, Inflant Sakaman should have been used here with Nora Snow Globe, I think. I kind of overestimated the damage I would be able to deal. By the way, the Raven is 3 stars. And at the same time, I should have still tried League of Anarchy, but I'm pretty sure she only counters Joker. I should have used Harley. And I know, she is immune to stuns, but you don't necessarily have to stun with Harley. You can just play it normally, combo interrupt with her. She's going to be harder to play than Joker if you play her like that, because she has no infinite combo, but it can be done, and I think that's what I'm going to do in future attempts. And that might yield some pretty decent amounts of damage, but yeah, don't use Joker here, he's going to deal absolutely no damage. And I kind of overestimated the King team because I didn't have much of a benchmark on how much I'll do with the level 8 Firebucks, I guess. Like, I'm not doing too much with Raven, Kinflant, Sakaman on the secondary count normally, just because I don't have Beta Club for the most part, and they don't deal that amazing amounts together without that. But still, I was expecting a little bit more from the additional swipe damage on the Firebucks and all that stuff. I guess I was too optimistic about it. By the way, I just couldn't be bothered to combo interrupt her here, but you can, and I'll do in next fights. You can combo interrupt her easily enough after 2 hits, so that's something you might use to your advantage. And in every single fight that I will play, I will not encounter the biggest problem that this boss has, because I'm actively making an effort to not do so. The biggest problem is that she spams her special one that leaves a cupcake on the ground. And you have 2 options: go through the cupcake and get stunned, power grid, or ability locked, or not go through the cupcake and back off, and she's going to place another one. And yeah, in order to counter that, you need to lock her into an infinite combo or combo interrupt her in the corner. Good luck with that, because she also uses swipe down when you try to combo interrupt. Here we have a fight of Collector vs Superman plus Brainiac plus Red Hood. And Collector vs Superman, my dude really takes some benefit from the Firebucks. He really goes well with that. He's one of the few characters that actually appreciates the Firebucks and the Dawn of Apocalypse and doesn't care about the no split on stats. Third special in there, we have Dark Metal cards on Brainiac to guarantee crits for the time being. And yeah, we also have Red Hood in there to extend the time duration with all blades, so that he gets a reduced cost when it comes to his super move. Brainiac back in there, another special one. Superman back in there, combo interrupt again. Another special one to generate some more power, also not allow him to reach his own super move. Superman back in there. There we go. Red Hood, super move, and also tanking his super move. Oh, so yeah, I just opened the game, and about Harley, about why Joker does absolutely no damage. She has stun and dot resistance against opponent Joker, and she also gives teammates resistance against Joker. So basically, if she's facing Joker, she's going to have a bunch of stun resistance. And you can take that away with Harley. Like, Harley characters take away stun resistance, but at the same time, if you're going to take that away with Harley, you might as well just use Harley plus Raven plus EPI and combo interrupt with Harley. And that's going to be what I'm going to attempt to do in like the future fights. But yeah, Joker there is like a little bit of a problem. But yeah, back to this fight. We're dealing decent amount of damage, and overall the gameplay on this one was not too bad, except for a mistake at the end, but it was overall a little bit lackluster. It's one of those fights that I felt like it had potential to do far more than it did, but we just got crazy unlucky overall with the crits, the keeping up the combo from the passive, because that's also chance based. We'll get crazy unlucky with some power drains towards the end of the fight. I don't know, man, this is a fight that had a lot of potential, and I did play it well for the most part. Over here, look, this one was not my fault. I'm not taking fault for that. I was doing my normal combo there, and the game simply didn't want to do a swipe after the 3 taps. He was like, nah, bro, you're not doing the swipe towards him. Combo interrupt again. Third special again. And yeah, here we're in the last minutes and last 30 seconds, and the power generation is going to be garbage, because this is the time extension provided to us by Red Hoods. So over here, if we want to deal any damage, we rely on power stealing from him and using that energy to use third specials. 90% chance, and it's fail when we need it most. When it doesn't matter, it's gonna work. When we need it most, why would it work, my dude? Why would it work? Combo interrupt again for special. And finally it worked. There we go, third special there. And boy, that was a 2.9, my dude. This is why I say this fight is a huge missed opportunity for some crazy damages, because that was a 2.9, let's say 3 mil on the first part of it. So we had potential to deal at least 6 mil for each third special that we did. So yeah, over here we're going to have a fight with Joker with no EPI in there. You might be like, well, Sigval, there's an EPI. Wait, just wait for it. Look, this was not intended, my dudes. This was not intended. I thought that I could pull this off, but her range special got the better of me. I wanted to go double Nora Snow Globe, having a Nora Snow Globe on both Just League Flash and EPI, and that can definitely be done, but EPI is in a lot of danger in those scenarios, and I think it was a little bit of an overkill with removing all her items. I should have left her with some defense so that the clone has a better chance of surviving, and picking a fight that has a long range special one was not the wisest choice. So yeah, not by choice, but by circumstance. We're going to get maybe the best fight of no EPI last of Joker that you have ever seen. And yeah, we have Firebox level 8, we have 6 targets that died actually, so the passive is pretty boosted. And over here the special 2 is going to actually be our main tool of dealing damage, because usually you don't want to do a special 2, because that's a waste of time. You're going to lose on damage that you could have done with basic attack hits during that time frame when the animation is going on. But here, since there's no dot on basic attack hits, those millions of damage on the special 2 are actually going to be the best thing out there. Combo interrupt again, she's in the corner, happily, and I'm happy to damage her while she's in the corner. Smoothly combo interrupting her, and boy, we kind of failed to crit. I have lethal attack chance on my Joker too, so when you see a red number, it's not necessarily a crit. It is not a crit if it's not above 1 mil. If it's not above 1 mil, that's not a crit. So yeah, we got very few of those, sadly, so quite unlucky on that one. But overall, I want to say that I'm happy with this fight, I'm happy with how it went, but I'm not, because my EPI died. But 56 mil with Joker with no EPI might be a new record for me at the very least, so at least we got that to show for. Over here we have the Vitamin Ninja team, and yet again, another way to not allow her to spam that special 1 is to pin her in the corner and constantly combo and chop her, and that's what we're going to attempt to do here. We have the Firebox on Catwoman, and we are not going to do crits, but we're going to do lethals. And I could have put Dark Metal cards on one of my other 2 characters and tag them in to have that area for a little bit, but I don't think it's worth it, because while tagging other characters in and out to constantly trigger that area, I would have lost on lethal attack stacking with Catwoman. So if we can do one thing right, let's at the very least get that thing right, which is lethal attack damage. Third special in there. And she is easy to combo interrupt after 2 hits. You might struggle with it if it's the first time you attempt combo interrupting after 2 hits, but she's one of the easiest characters in the game to combo interrupt after 2 hits because there's a big enough window of opportunity that you can do. You can do it after 1 hit with Batman Ninja Team, but you're just putting yourself in more of a problem than you have to at that point, my dude. Just do it after 2 hits. You might swipe down a little bit a few times, but you're gonna be fine. And the Batman fight went well enough, not gonna lie, it went well enough, but it's going at a far slower pace than I would like it to. Let's hope the Raven Harley fight works and we're going to get more damage in there. But yeah, 52 mil is definitely some decent amount. So here we have Reverse Flash plus her Banshee. So her Banshee's got the level 8 Firebox. She doesn't have any synergy with it, but she needs that attack. She really needs that attack. Power Girl's got, I don't even think she's got an artifact, and Reverse Flash has got the Dark Mail cards. Okay, so third special in there. Another special 1. Reverse Flash back in, stealing some power, pushing him to a corner. Third bench back in there, third special. Gonna block a bit, special 1. Reverse Flash back in there. Combo interrupt again. Third special, that's a 6 mil, that's fine, that's kind of on the highest amount that we'll see on, I mean, not really, we might get a little bit of a higher combo. There we go, yeah, about 6 mil, it's about as far as it goes on this account with the level 8 Firebox. I was also talking about the benchmarking of the third special damage on the main account video. But yeah, it's worse than in other soul raids, but at the same time it's a decent amount. It's definitely serviceable and we don't have to use all blades, so I'm happy with it. Third special, that was a 6.2, not bad, highest we've seen so far. Or Cylinder tank the super move. This was a mistake because Reverse Flash would have been fine. I'm just used to bosses dealing more damage to me. Like, in Dawn of Apocalypse specifically, I think they kind of changed it around for future soul raids. But in Dawn of Apocalypse specifically, they really went out of their way to make bosses in lower tiers deal no damage, no matter how high of a heroic you actually are. Also, to be honest, I just fought Heroic 6 Dark Side on like my main account. And if you got the Firebox with passive stats in there and some defense, he still doesn't do that much damage at the very compared to other characters. Though he definitely, don't get me wrong, he definitely does compensate for it by being able to chain a full combo from a jump attack or whatever hits he is able to do on you, followed by a special, and sometimes even chaining a combo after a special. Don't get me wrong, Darkseid definitely makes up for that. Okay, so here we messed up the combo interruption and I got caught in a little bit of a stun chain. And that sucks about fighting Batman bosses, because they're going to get a special 2 out there and then they're just going to go ham, just use all that energy, and there's nothing you can do about it but watch. I mean, I was lucky that was Reverse Flash getting hit by the stun, so that we were able to eventually get out of it, because he's got some stun resistance. And by the way, advice that I'm following myself right now: you don't really need to build tanks perfectly. You don't need to build tanks perfectly, you don't need those epic resistance talents. And you can move some defense from the talents on your gears. So what you want to do for all your tanks right now, this is going to help out a lot. Make sure that every single talent that they have is going to be rare resistances. And then you do your defense, health and fast actions on your gears. Trust me, it is worth it. Okay, so here I used Flash in the previous fight with Last of Joker, and I still had the Justice team available. And look, I think there's a little bit of a Flash problem, because with Cyborg I can for the most part reliably combo interrupt, and I'm just happy that I had an excuse to use Cyborg as the damage dealer here and not use Flash, because as you can see I'm having a far better time with Cyborg, and he's doing a decent amount of damage. Like, Flash would obviously do pretty much double what Cyborg does, because Cyborg's got 2 fast stack hits without Flash in the team, and Flash would have 4 fast stack hits. But still, Cyborg is doing his thing, is trying his best, and he's going to deliver a pretty decent amount of damage in there. But yeah, with that being said, this was about it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video. If you dislike the video, please dislike the video. Let me know in the comments how you're doing in Dawn of Apocalypse. How's it going? How do you feel about the Sword? Because a lot of people hate it, and the main reason about it, except for it being hard, is artifact bonus is not splitting. And with it being hard, I can argue all day about it and say that it is hard, but not in a dumb way. If you get better at the game, you'll get better at this Sword. But with the artifact bonus is not splitting, there's no excuse there. It sucks, no matter how you put it. But yeah. Thanks so much for watching it again. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I post interesting mobile content every day. And goodbye.
This is the future.